Welcome to the show, it's Dolls Diaries, where we talk the game, no need for mysteries. Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, so sweet. Sports talk every day, keeps you on your feet.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dolls Diaries, a special Thanksgiving edition. Here with two of my favorite humans in the world. We have Brittany and Planty. I finally got her on. It's been a year. Finally got her, guys.
A lot of convincing for her. And hi, everyone. Thank you for having us, Doll.
No problem. Thanks for coming. So we'll dive into it. We'll start with a little recap. Dolphins Patriots, phenomenal game, if I do say so myself. Probably the most complimentary game of football that our team has played this season. Britt, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on the game? What are kind of your highs with our team right now? And then where are like one thing that you really want to see improve for the next game?
All right. So my high would just be complimentary football. You said that. I think that it's something that we've been struggling with all season. We finally, this is like the third week we've had it. I'm so excited for it. I'm very proud. A lot of people on Twitter, not in our fan base, but other fan base and in our fan base, haters, would say, oh, well, look at who they're playing. Look who they're playing. It's not about who we played. It's about how we played. And we're playing complimentary football. We're having great play calling, great execution. Everything's coming together. And that is something that I'm super, super proud of our team for doing. It's not so much about the team. It's just how we're looking as a team. Something that we can improve on. Tackling.
I agree there. All right, Planty, what do you think?
I'm on such a high. There's just so much good to say about this last game. I hate the Patriots, so this one was very special, very near and dear to my heart. They suck this year, so it doesn't really mean much what they're saying, but it means a lot to me.
That's right. That's
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I love that I didn't have to hear Liam Eichenberg's name. In a negative way. But yeah, something that we definitely need to improve on is getting rid of some people that are less than talented.
Julian Hill.
Julian Hill. But you know what? Oh my God. First, can we talk about that for a second? Why is he still on our team? Why is he still on our team? Like, why?
Him and Crossman
came in for one snap and he couldn't even do that properly.
I feel like Crossman shared the blackmail with him and was like, dude, get in on this because you'll be safe. Yeah, he make I think he made 2 or 3 catches, but he consistently makes poor plays, more so than he does a good play. And everyone was like, he's the best blocker. He's a great blocker. I have seen this man stand there and be like, oh, you want to get past me? Cool. There you go. Fuck this team.
I was talking about Skylar Thompson.
Oh, I went with Julian Hill.
But we can talk about Julian Hill too.
I thought we were talking about Julian Hill.
The one Skylar Thompson was on the field for 4 seconds.
And messed up.
But what are you doing?
That to me is more McDaniel. I blame McDaniel more than Skylar Thompson because what are you doing as a head coach in that your second string, your backup unit is so inept? What is happening? Especially, and don't come for me, but we don't have a solid, we are an injury prone team. Not just Tua, even though he is too, but just consistently an injury prone team. How are your backups not ready to back the team up? I mean, your backup quarterback couldn't hand the ball off. They struggled with the basic handoff that I've seen 7-year-olds execute.
Yeah. And I saw a comment come up that said McDaniel likes mediocrity. Yeah. I don't so much agree with that. I think that he rewards hard work over talent. That's what I think he does. And so he's rewarding Skylar Thompson for working hard and putting in all the extra work and stuff, and not so much
Talent.
the talent or lack thereof. That's what I believe.
Evan brings up a good point. Do you believe the narrative, and this was said in the offseason, that the Dolphins didn't bring in a competent backup quarterback because they were afraid of the competition factor with Tua?
I don't believe that.
But
I don't
anyway,
believe.
stand
I
on
don't.
that.
I don't think it had anything to do with a competition.
I heard a few comments. I don't know if it was something that was ever verified, but I had heard, sorry, thirsty.
Get some
But
water.
Well,
I
you're
know,
allowed to-
God, Jesus.
I've chomped on popcorn on these
Yeah.
things. Like, you're good.
But no, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Do
This
you
is
think-
why I don't do this.
You're fine. This is
Do
the
you-
perfect podcast to be a hot mess because that's literally my motto.
Yeah, we're chilling. We're just having
That's
girl
me.
talk. Girl talk.
It was, do you think that they were scared to bring in a competent backup because they were scared of the competition factor with Tua? Like bringing somebody in to actually viably compete?
I think maybe. I think that it would have been good though. I mean, being competitive is good, and finding somebody that is able to compete with your QB1 is a good thing. But like there were talks in the off season. I don't remember if it was this off season or last, but about Russell Wilson coming in, and everybody was like, "No, F that," like being crazy. Like, why wouldn't you want somebody competent? But we have Skylar Thompson, which you guys were I guess you're perfectly fine with having.
Mm.
It just blows my mind because even like Snoop Huntley, when we went to get him, people thought he was the second coming of Lamar Jackson, and he was barely better than Skylar Thompson. And it blows my mind a bit that an NFL caliber team doesn't have this sorted out. Like that it, but then again, you look at the 49ers, who just, didn't they just play?
Yeah.
They just
And
played, and their backup.
They just played Green Bay, and they.
Yeah, but their backup was like horrific as well. And I'm kind of like watching the game and I'm like, oh, this is where McDaniel learned, maybe learned it from, because they also didn't have a competent backup, although Brock Purdy was technically their backup.
I see. I don't think that a narrative should be formed of having competition for your franchise quarterback. I'm not a big believer in that. If anything, it's another quarterback to come in, especially like in the draft. A younger person, a rookie. I'm not sure if I really believe it's so much in an injury, bringing a rookie in an injury-prone quarterback. However, I think that we need to address it, and it's not to come in as competition, but it's to come in and almost have to help this quarterback learn this offense that was built around him, right? I don't think it's for competition, because I don't think that's the right mindset you have with your franchise quarterback. You know what I mean? And he doesn't really need competition. Like, we've seen how this offense performs without Tua, and we've seen how it performs with Tua. He doesn't need competition because he's not lacking in anything. But we definitely need to address the backup quarterback situation when our backup can't even come in for one snap.
Yeah. Well, I think when I say competition, I don't mean like compete for the starting spot. I just mean like kind of like not in the best way, but like Fields and Russell Wilson right now. Like they had to go in and compete, but I feel like they're both playing their best level of football. But I mean like having a backup that maybe pushes Tua pushes them, and they kind of like play off of each other, and they can both like make it work no matter who's on the field. Like Matt Moore, like he took the field. I wasn't worried when Matt Moore took the field because we needed him. I had no fear that he could close out a game. Skylar Thompson, like we're scared he's going to break his ankle walking to the ball. And I almost wonder, like, it's so funny to me that we hold on to these terrible players, but then we let people like Wilkins and Van Ginkel walk without so much as anything. But then we're letting these kind of guys stay. it just makes me wonder like what the thought process really is, because
Mhm.
I don't know how we've given Skylar this long, and it's obviously this isn't the place for him, but where we let actual talent. Deshaun Elliott is killing it on Pittsburgh right now. Minka Fitzpatrick is killing it
Brain
right
Jones.
yeah, Van Ginkel is AVG is literally have,
I-
and then we're
it's
sitting here like,
AVG is somebody I didn't even. Nothing will infuriate me more than that.
and the fact that we let him go and we still have Skylar Thompson. How does Skylar Thompson still have a roster spot? How have you not went out to pick up?
Yeah.
I'd said in the offseason, like I feel like a veteran would have been the best thing for Tua right now that could learn the system fast. You don't have time to develop him, but just to have somebody there that can step in if needed. I was really big on the Russell Wilson train. The Steelers did a lot of things that I wanted them to do and the Dolphins to do. Like I wanted Patrick Queen. I wanted Russell Wilson. I would have also taken Fields. Like there was a lot that I wanted to do. Obviously, Fields and Russell want to be starters, so I don't think they would have been happy in Miami. But I wanted that caliber of a backup that I could trust.
Yeah, I wanted us to go get Jameis Winston after week 2. I was pounding the table for Jameis Winston, but he's starting now because Deshaun Watson's out. So, but
What about you,
famous
Colby?
Jameis, love
Anyone
him.
out there that you wanted?
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I asked Leslie if there's is there anybody you wanted for backup quarterback?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh.
yes, you.
Who else would we? Who else?
I didn't know if there was a
like
name
who
out
else
there.
is there?
You know.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Do you think we're going to draft a
That's
quarterback?
been the thing. Is like everybody wants to talk about, oh, we should be doing this and we should be doing that, but there's not really anybody to pick up.
The only quarterback I will be happy with us drafting is Cam Ward, and that's a personal preference. There's a reason for that, and he won't be there obviously when we pick in the mid-level. But I would
be like, I think he's like at number 7, 8 right now. I think he's at number 8, predicted to go 8.
Yeah, we won't get him, but he's who I want. But that's a personal.
Speaking of draft picks,
okay.
Guess who's been performing well?
Chop.
Guess who's been performing well?
Listen, I'll eat my crow for now because I didn't want Chop Robinson.
You didn't?
We'll see next week.
I did not. Me and Evan actually got into it a little bit. I did not want Chop Robinson. Not in the first.
I don't think he would have lasted.
He's not who I wanted.
Who did you want for the first?
Jackson Powers Johnson. The center.
I know, but why? We had Aaron Brewer. He's been doing really great.
He has been doing really good.
He's been great, but I wanted a young rookie stud. I wanted us to go O-line. I didn't want us to go.
I mean, listen,
Doll,
I'm on that train with you. Like I wanted O-line too.
I was high on Jackson Powers Johnson, and Chop wasn't even on my radar, honestly. So, but you know what? He's doing well.
I do.
Evan, yeah, me and Evan on draft night got into it because he was not happy that I was not happy with the draft pick. And there's people want to verse. There was the thing
Jared Verse went way early.
There's the thing about
he
the
wasn't
draft
on the board when he came.
The thing about the draft though is that like none of us know what's going to happen, but we all form like I think an emotional attachment to a player. And when we obviously the Dolphins have like rarely ever picked a player that I actually wanted them to pick. But I was like worried about Chop. I'm obviously I'm in the Penn State area, and I was worried about size, and I was worried about him being like a day oneer. But he's definitely steadily improving week to week, and I'll eat my crow. I don't know if he knows that I really wasn't rooting for him. Once we drafted him, I was rooting for him, but I really wasn't.
He reminds me of Jalen Phillips. He does. Because you guys remember when we drafted Jalen Phillips, It took him a few games and few weeks to like get it, and then when he got it, he's just been explosive ever since. So, I like it. I really like it.
Yeah,
No.
I think
It's like
I think if he puts on a little size too, I think he's actually a little small. Which I've been told if you see him in person, you would never be like, this is a small dude. But I just
Mhm.
think if in the off season, maybe if he like works out with JPJ and like just bulks
We
up a
keep saying
bit,
JPJ.
JP.
you guys
JP.
better start getting it right, okay?
I know.
This is
I
your man.
know.
I don't mean to disrespect your man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly who I also compare Chop to.
Mhm.
I think it took like 9 or 10 weeks for Jalen Phillips to even
Yeah.
like get it together even a little bit, but everybody was so thrilled to have Waddle and Holland from the
Mhm.
same, basically the same draft.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or no, it was the same draft, just I
Yeah.
think it was Holland came in the second round. But yeah, no, he just it takes time, and especially with a rookie to get their bearings straight and to get their feet in the water. It takes some time. I was excited. He had the fastest 40. Um, he did really good in the combine, and that was something that was really impressive to me.
Mhm.
So I was banging that drum from day one.
That boy is fast. I was gonna say fast as F, but I didn't know.
You
I
can
don't
curse.
know.
I did have my doubts about Chop though. For like a couple weeks, I was just kind of like, am I gonna have to eat crow?
Yeah, for a little bit, I was like, do something, Chop. But he's like, hold on, I did a little bit of research on this only because I've been super lazy today. So I had the time since I didn't work today. He's in the last 4 games, he's had 3.5 sacks and 23 quarterback pressures. He's first in the entire league for pressures. I mean, he's getting up there, which we need, honestly.
Yeah.
With the corner situation that we have going on, we definitely need that defensive front to bully some
Mhm.
people. And Calais Campbell is older than me, and that man is killing it. I mean, especially like I can't speak enough over
How
the
old is
Calais.
he again? Is
38.
he? Yeah, he's
38.
my age.
No, but like I imagine me out there, like absolutely not.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
week after week, I couldn't do it. But for him to just be playing still at the caliber that he's playing at, better than some 20-something-year-olds in the league,
It's
it's phenomenal.
it's so yeah, he's so good. Um, but I wanna say this because I'm always going to say this. I'm always going to bring it up that Sealer's the unspoken hero of our front seven. Like, we missed him terribly those 2 weeks that he was out, and, you know, Christian Wilkins and him, they were the 2 highest graded defensive tackles, and now it's Calais and him. They're the 2 highest graded defensive tackles, and the common denominator is Zach, and so I'm just always going to bang the table and give him his flowers because I think that people don't realize just how important he is to our line.
Definitely. What did you think about the talks about trading him?
I was shocked. I'll be honest.
I
I didn't
I'm
even think that was a conversation that was being had behind closed doors.
I know.
I I figured it was. I'm happy that McDaniel stepped in. Thank you,
Yeah.
coach, for doing that.
Doing the right thing for once.
Can you believe that? This is why fire Greer, like,
Yeah,
fire
what
him.
the hell was Chris Greer even thinking? Like,
He should have never been thinking that way considering how crap the AFC is this year. He should have never been thinking like that.
that's why I just wonder, like, how much like free reign are we giving this man? Because to me, if you're going to trade a starter, and especially like one
For
of
a
the top
5th?
rated,
For a 5th? Are you kidding
but
me?
but especially to me, like if you're going to trade a high ranking performing starter, why would the first person you go to not be your head coach? Because it sounds like Chris Greer was just doing it. McDaniel heard about it and was like, yo, 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 don't. Why would you as a GM not be like, hey, listen, here's what's on the table for him. Where do we stand here with our current team? Instead, he was just like, I'm gonna do this. Fuck the team. It's like he's praying for our downfall. And that confirms it to me.
I hate
Yeah.
him. I'm over him.
I fucking hate
I think I can maybe kind of see wanting him. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I have the game on. Oh God. Okay. Anyway, touchdown. Fucking Justin Herbert, adult acting. I hate
We're
him.
rooting for the Chargers. I'm rooting for the Chargers. I don't know who you guys are rooting for.
Why? Why are you rooting for the Chargers?
My entire family are Steelers fans. If I uttered the words "Go Ravens," they'd be at my door.
Mm.
Like I'd be waterboarded.
What's the score?
Oh, it's 0-6. It just started. We're in the first quarter, but it's the Harbaugh Bowl for me. I'm like,
oh my gosh, that is so true. Didn't even think about that.
I've been in love with those guys since I was like little.
What?
Really? Like attractiveness?
Like legit, like I love them. Like I would
Why?
10
What
out
is
of
it
10
about them
would
that you like
smooch.
about them?
I don't know.
I'll
I'll tell you what though.
I gotta look this up.
I thought they were twins this whole time.
I'm trying to, maybe I need to like see them again because I'm
Hold on, I'm pulling
seeing.
up their pictures.
Look up older pictures.
All right, here's some older pictures.
Are you gonna put it up? Okay, the one on the right, I can kind of, I don't know.
They're
a bunch of they're cheaters. They're cheaters.
Cheaters never prosper.
They look like they just remind me of Eli Manning, and I'm gonna leave that there.
Yeah, they don't really move the needle for me.
Yeah, listen, they're safe. They're safe for you.
Yes, all yours.
My daddy has daughter issues. Okay, I'm sorry.
Who's the one on the right? Well, like my right.
So there's.
All right, wait. This is the Ravens coach. Wait, no, I forgot this is inverted. Ravens coach.
John is the Ravens coach.
John.
And then Jim is the Chargers coach.
John's way better looking than Jim.
He's like 5 or 6 years younger.
Yeah.
I thought they were twins. I was like, man, he's really aging pretty bad.
Compared to his twin brother. Yeah.
They're not twins.
Yeah, the one's definitely cuter.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like he wears sunscreen.
Listen, whatever floats your boat.
I can drink here, right?
You can do whatever you want here. This is a safe space.
I think so.
Cool.
Miss Spins is in the chat, and she said John's Chargers coach, Jim is Ravens coach. It is the Harbaugh Bowl. That's what we just said. We're
You're
obviously.
So
I'm rooting for Johnny boy. Who you guys rooting for in this? Who are you taking?
I usually go for the Ravens because you won't catch me rooting for a California team, even though I live here. Not gonna happen.
I when I lived down over in California, I was down in like Oceanside. So I went down to school in San Diego. So that was like when they were still the San Diego Chargers. My school is right next to their stadium. I had to pass it. My school is full of Chargers fans, and they are not nice people. So I have just always hated the Chargers since then. And
yeah,
there's like that one gorilla guy on Twitter. I don't know what his name is.
Gorilla Luke.
Like he's a Chargers fan, and his his profile picture is always a gorilla. He's had like, I don't know, 7 accounts now. He's so annoying.
Is he related to SoCal?
Huh?
Is he related to SoCal?
They're probably brothers. I'm not
a bunch of accounts, living in California.
Yeah.
Looks like a gorilla.
He's like the one Charger fan I always run into.
I don't think I've ever interacted with Chargers fans.
Make a tweet about Justin Herbert and he'll be in your mentions.
We were at a game.
I love it. I like to troll people. Obviously, we all 3 of us tag team in comment sections.
It's always fun. It's always most fun.
But I react to trolls. troll. Like, I'm not gonna like my original tweet is not gonna usually be talking shit unless it's like mid game to like
Mhm.
troll. Like,
Yeah.
I'll slide into your comments because you
Yeah.
mentioned my team, but I'm not gonna like, unless of course it's the Bills, but that's a whole separate
Mhm.
thing. Brittany loves to troll. If you will find Brittany, she loves
Yeah.
to troll a lot. I respect it.
I love being mean on Twitter.
I'm only mean if people are mean to me, but I'll tell you what, the last like week or two, I've just been not about it. Like, don't be fucking mean to me.
You
And
can
don't be
be
mean to my friends either, because I'll kick your ass.
Yeah, I'm just
I
I
just like
think I'm
stay in
always
like
mean.
oblivion land, or I try to until somebody like brings to my attention. I have a lot of things muted on there, so like if you
Mhm.
comment like mean on my post, there's a good chance I won't even see it. So it'll be there. But I've learned that nothing pisses trolls off more than not engaging.
Right.
Because I'll start to get it because I realize that there's been like a thread of like I just didn't see it, and I'm
Mhm.
kind of like Tariq. Like sometimes I'll just say shit and bounce, channeling my inner Tyreek.
Mhm. Yeah.
But okay, so let's look forward now. We're done looking back.
Okay. Okay.
Dolphins play the Packers Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
I'm going to start this off. I was just like Googling, like I was trying to Google like the stat lines and like where everybody kind of the matchup. Because obviously I don't follow the Packers. So I found this Packers based online news. I don't want to call it news because this guy just seems like he does that in his basement. But he was talking shit on Tua. And I just want to read you what his article says. Now, he's from Green Bay. He's commenting on what we spoke on earlier, Britt, Tua's comments about the narrative.
Mm.
And he says, it's notable because Tua Tagovailoa, I always fuck up his last name.
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa has earned himself a bit of a reputation for not being a good cold weather player. Maybe it's not fair, but when he wins, one single game in temperatures under 40, we can then talk about it.
Wins aren't a quarterback stat.
For now, he's 0-7. It's something that's very clearly on his mind, as he showed while answering questions about the Packers during his press conference. And then he quotes Tua saying, yeah, I'm excited to kill narratives. Let's go bring it on. Then this guy said, this is supposed to be like a journalist, or he wants to be a journalist or a reporter.
He's an
Okay,
idiot.
sure, whatever you say, Tua. If you're excited about playing in frigid temperatures, I'm excited too. It's nice to all be on the same page about this. Playing in frigid temperatures is a fun time that warm weather teams notoriously never struggle with. So I can see why you're so stoked to be out there on Thursday night. I'm also excited to kill narratives, but from the warmth of my 68-degree climate-controlled living room. So I'm glad that your mother.
So special.
I'm glad your mom keeps her house at 68 in the basement for you. But
first off, if he wants to be a journalist, he's
horrible.
Good luck trying to get a job because you're a fucking idiot. A win is not a quarterback stat, first of all. Second of all, he wants to talk about how Tua can't play in the cold weather. Well, I just literally posted all of his stats of anything that was between 50. And yeah, I threw in 50 because 50 degrees is freezing cold for us.
Oh, I'm in a hoodie. I'm in a jacket.
We have thin blood down here. It gets down the 50s and we are bundled up and the heat is on. So, and like I just posted, I should go to my profile and pull it up. But like there was a great game he played with in 32 degrees. His QBR was 108. It's not about the cold weather. It's about the end of the season. It's that we can't keep our players healthy towards the end of the season. It has nothing to do with the cold weather. It has everything to do with that we haven't been able to keep our players healthy. And when we don't have all of our players, it's not an excuse of why we're not performing. It's a reason of why we're not performing the way we're supposed to be performing. That was the Kansas City game was to his very first playoff game. Everyone wants to talk about he can't win a playoff game. He can't win. Everybody lost the Kansas City Chiefs. It was -4 degree.
Yeah, that's not
normal.
That was like
That's
all
not
chick.
normal weather. And not to mention all Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert, all 4 of them came off the airplane in walking boots.
Yeah.
And
I
we
would-
had our defense was half of them were gone. The other ones we literally just picked up off the couch 5 days prior. Like
We had Eli Apple. I feel like there's not much else needs to be said about our defense at that time. By the way, he's playing in the game tonight. So I already tweeted out that Lamar's going to cook tonight. Expect to see, I will put money on that Lamar's going to target Eli Apple's side of the field. But no, I agree. I just read I've read, like, maybe I'm biased, but like, I'll read like the Sun Centennial. I'll read like our articles, and I feel like I feel like the Dolphin reporters for the most part are way more unbiased. Like, I feel like when I read our reporters, there's more substance. This just seemed like a kid throwing a blog together. Maybe that's what this article was, but it just pissed me off that you could have done anything with that article, and you could have talked about maybe, the Tua Love matchup, like their stat lines, like their receiving core, like, but just to like mock a guy saying like, yeah, I'm ready to kill the narrative, because it's obviously something that's talked about.
This one was 29 degrees. Tua was 17 for 30, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 104 rating. That was in 29 degrees. I mean, I posted all of them, but yes, he does have some questionable games in there. But let's take a look and see who was his supporting cast. There's reasons for everything, and I don't believe it's a cold weather thing. I think it's an end of the season thing, and our team not being able to stay healthy. That's what I think it is.
No, I agree. I want to see a big run game.
We have to run the game,
we
the ball,
need to like pound it on the ground,
Mhm.
Especially in the cold.
Mhm.
I know, because it's going to be like, I think if they say it's going to be like around the 20s.
Yeah.
It's predicted to be. And since I live in Philly, I do know that when it does get cold, and this isn't on Tua, it's on the receivers, is that like your hands literally like
they hurt.
And like there's pins and needles. So like throwing the ball, we got to still make those plays. But I think it's going to really come down to like Jalen Wright and Devon Achane just running the hell out of the football.
Yeah. And Raheem.
What?
And Raheem.
I'd be shocked if Raheem gets a lot. Listen, I love Raheem Mostert, but he has been a non-factor this season, other than costly fumbles for us. And I think that they're phasing him out. I think that if you really look at the film, he's really not getting a solid number of carries. So I would love to say, and Raheem, but I really feel like McDaniel is preferring Achane and Wright over Raheem at the moment.
At the current moment, yeah.
I think put on that.
Alec Ingold too, like being out, has also kind of affected that too.
I think the fumbling was also like, I think he was being punished for that a little bit too, as he should. I'm glad McDaniel's finally holding people accountable, because
well, me too. We needed that, because look, our discipline, we've been pretty like we're hardly getting any penalties now. Like, really proud of our team.
I feel like they're keeping Mostert. I think they're keeping Mostert healthy until we need somebody, because we really do just fall apart in December.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that there might be a strategy to that, because we do have other people who can fill that spot. But he is also getting older. So and he has like a missing toe.
And Raheem, he's a heavy runner. And so people always say, he's old and blah, 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 but that man can run. I don't care what anyone says. So
I mean, he led the league last year.
Yeah. He had the most touchdowns out of anyone not a quarterback.
Wasn't it like 26 or something?
He had more than Christian McCaffrey, who people will, without a doubt, always put over him.
I think wasn't it 31? Like, I thought it was his number, 31.
I think it was his number. I think it was his number. You're right. I think one of the games started out at 26, but then by the end of
Yeah.
whatever. But
I think so. I may be wrong, but I think so.
I think
so what,
no, I think you are correct.
what do you guys think are going to be the keys, other than the run game that we touched on, to beating the Packers? What do you think we need to do? Leslie, I'll start with you.
Stop the run.
That's a big problem for this defense. For all the
Yes, it
flowers
is.
we're giving them, a mobile quarterback and stopping the run. I would like
Yeah.
to really see.
I think we did a very good job handling Marcus May. I'm going to say this. Marcus May is going to be a really good quarterback. And I think that,
You mean Drake May?
or sorry. Yeah.
Drake May?
Drake May.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I knew what you meant.
I was like confused. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's funny I bring up Marcus May because we don't talk about Marcus May. But yeah,
We knew who
Drake-
you meant.
yeah,
Yeah.
Drake May is going to be really, really good quarterback. Thank you, 305 Sports Now. Thank you.
That's
It's been a
Will.
long day. All right.
He's my favorite troll. Ignore him.
And I also don't know if that is because like just the Patriots offensive line is so bad. He was like fighting for his life every time he hit the field. But yeah, I agree with Planty that's worrisome. Yeah, I hope that we don't get in our heads about the pressure of this game and killing narratives. And I think if we're going to lose this game, it's because like we did it to ourselves.
Yeah,
That's usually the case.
that is usually the case. I don't know how many times I fought for my life, being like, no, they're not a better team. We did this to ourselves. We let them win. You know what? I really want us to keep Waddle involved.
Yeah.
I know he consistently cooks the Patriots. He's like their kryptonite. But I really want to see, Tua was kind of slinging it more than I feel like he has been recently.
He was
and
really slinging it.
And especially Jonnu, Waddle, and Tyreek, I think, are a force. And we got to use that. But I do want to see us run more. I don't think we ran enough against the Patriots. I didn't love the ratio.
Oh, so I didn't watch this game. So it was mostly turnovers. That's interesting. I need to go back.
No, my 7-year-old, we're on the way to the gym, and I posted that. We're just randomly, he's like talking Packers Dolphins, and he's like, yeah, Mom. First of all, I don't know how he knows these things because like we watch the same games on Sunday, but I guess he watches highlights on YouTube. He was like, yeah, Brock Purdy's back up, like threw a whole bunch of turnovers, threw a whole bunch of picks. And I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, he's terrible. And I was just like, oh, like off the cuff. But that's interesting to know that the Packers weren't actually driving up and down the field. Because I'm telling you, if you turn the ball over and give good enough position, you don't have to be a great team to capitalize on it. Let's Google how many times they.
Yeah, let's look it up. I have my house open because it's nice out, and I think a little fly came in, and I keep seeing it, and it's driving me insane. I want to swat it. I just got a DM. They can't comment in here. They said it's only open to YouTube. They're trying to comment on X. I don't know.
It should be open
Why?
to YouTube on X too.
All right. Well, viewer, if you hear that, you should be able to comment.
Rocky or
Anyways,
Bob
they
into it. It should be open on both, but I'm wondering what they say. I'm sorry that's not open, but that's a background producer thing.
They want to know what we think of the Daniel Jones news and maybe him possibly coming to the Miami Dolphins.
Pass. Well,
Planty?
this says, hold on. This
Better
says
than who we got.
You know what? I was like hard pass until I was like, maybe Daniel Jones can like hand off the football without fumbling it.
Like maybe he can be on the field for more than 0.4 seconds, and
I think the Niners
will be improved.
only turned it over through one interception. And I'm wondering if there were some fumbles. Let's see.
Did I hear Isaiah Wynn is coming
yeah.
back?
So
Yes.
the 49ers had 2 fumbles and an interception. Like threw an interception and
Okay.
fumbled the ball twice. So that is
Did they
but
score on?
actually,
Did the Packers score on all 3 of those turnovers?
I'll have to look, but I will say that the Niners lost, but they lost. So the score was 10-38, but the Niners overall had more passing yards than the Packers did, despite only scoring 10 points and 3 turnovers. Their rushing was terrible.
Yeah, I feel we can win this game easily.
Yeah, the Packers
Keep playing
did,
the way
like,
we've been playing. We're going to win this game.
what the Packers did do is rush more. They had 169 yards total rushing, whereas shockingly the 49ers only had 44. Christian McCaffrey, I don't know how that happened.
It's a Shanahan thing. It's like your backup, your quarterback's out. Let's not run the ball at all. Like I don't.
All right, X
get
is
it.
back. X is all right. They fixed it. So if anybody is on Twitter and wants to comment, it can now comment.
All right.
I don't want Daniel Jones. I think that just because he is a quarterback who has thrown a football in his lifetime does not mean that he will be a good quarterback in our system. I don't think he would play well in our system. Just like everybody wanted Snoop, he did not come in and do anything. I don't like Daniel Jones. I don't see him fitting into our system. And I think that people need to like calm down on like as soon as there was like a free agent available, everyone's like, oh my God, we should go grab him. But let's not make rash decisions. I don't see it. I don't think he fits into this high-powered, quick release offense.
Yeah, like I think he averages like 2.5 seconds in the pocket. That wouldn't work here.
No, I methodical. I feel like he's like more methodical. He needs a protected pocket. He needs time.
And he's injury prone. He's injury prone.
He's injury. Well, listen, that just told Greer. Don't say that. Don't let Chris Greer hear you say that because that's all Chris Greer needs to hear.
Let's take him.
Immediately.
Take all my money.
Yeah, and Daniel Jones, I think he needs time to set it up, and I think that I don't think he's an anticipation thrower like Tua. Like I think Daniel Jones needs to see it, read it, step back, throw it, like to make it work. I don't think he can do the timing that we need it to work. Like place the ball exactly where it needs to be as our guys are coming through. He's never really played with the speed that I think our team has. I just think that it would be a hot mess inside of a dumpster fire.
But here's the question I have. Who else can run this offense as efficiently as Tua?
I think you need to go get a rookie. You need to get a young guy who has the similar markings that you could do, and you need to train him up for a year behind Tua.
100%.
At least a year, and he needs to really sit back. But the thing is that you actually need to give him the reps in practice. You need to get this rookie involved. You can't just have him like sit on the sidelines on the scout team. Like you really need to invest your time in building somebody up to take that place over. And I think a lot of that does also fall on Tua to take a mentorship role and be like, okay, you know what, listen, for the better of this team, I need to make sure that my team doesn't go down 4 losses and really hit the foot if I go out, that we have somebody back there. But I think it's going to take time, investment, and development. And then you have to wonder if you have the right staff in place for these things.
Yeah.
It seemed like Tua was investing that kind of time and effort with Mike White, and we just still were not seeing any improvement whatsoever. If anything, he regressed from last season.
Those preseason games were so bad.
They were beyond bad. And I think that there was so much time and effort invested into Mike White that Skylar Thompson may have just been pushed to the
Taking a
side.
back burner,
And they're just kind of like, good enough. It'll work.
I think the whole thing was just handled poorly.
Well, yeah.
It was.
It
was. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, God.
Okay, so score predictions.
The Fly?
I had this one down. Is it the Fly? Is it back?
It was. It like hit me right in the face.
I was like looking down at my little note.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Do we think I have this one down as winnable
hmm
on my little list because I don't do score predictions, as we know. I'm
Mhm.
still scarred from the Titans time I did that. I blame Dolphin Thirsty for having me do that. But I have it down as winnable. Where do you two sit? Do we think that this is a winnable game? And if so, do you have a score prediction?
Definitely a winnable game. If we have this game in the bag, as long as we keep playing how we've been playing, we can win this game. Score prediction? What does anybody know the average points the Packers have been giving up?
Look it up. I know they just scored 38 last week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. Green Bay Packers.
I can look it up too.
They've been giving up or they've been scoring?
Both.
Okay, so points per game, they're averaging. This is since 2015. That's not what I want.
No, I'm going to say we're not. Our defense here. I'm going to put this. I don't care how many points they've been
Okay,
giving
they're
up anymore.
averaging 26.2 points per game this year.
I don't want our defense giving them. If they have 24 points, our defense gave them too many points.
Mhm.
Our defense should not be giving up 24 points. Period.
They are allowing 21.3 points per game, which ranks 11th in the league. And they have also had 19 takeaways, which is number 1 in the league, and 21 sacks.
All right, and I think that we could easily put up. 31. 31. I don't want to say 24 because I think that's too many points we gave up.
What's an acceptable number of points other than just
17.
First one, 17. Okay, 31-17.
But I think that they may score more than that.
All right,
I think
Planty, where are you at?
My mom is a Packers fan. I'm not allowed to talk trash until it's over.
All right, then we'll just. Do you think you're going to win?
Winner, yeah.
Are you going into this confident? Say it with your chest.
I think it's going to be a really close game. I think that it's winnable. I do. Especially if we continue playing the way that we have been. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think it's winnable, though. I do think it's winnable. But I do think it'll be close. Maybe 27-23.
Giving us.
All right. So Miss Finn said points for 26.2. All right. So listen, I'll put it at 24 then. I'm still going to be mad.
I didn't like
that means that we really need to put up, and it looks like that they've allowed 20.3.
Yeah.
We're putting up more than that because Dolphins with Tua puts up more than that.
Yeah. I will say I didn't like our fourth quarter meltdown against the Patriots, and we can't take. It was giving me too much Vic Fangio vibes. Like, we cannot take our foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But I will say though, I feel like they knew that we only had 4 days to recover, and they were also probably like,
I don't know, I'm too competitive. I don't care.
I am too. But I didn't imagine if Jalen Ramsey got injured. And like we would have been so mad.
Yeah. Damn it.
Because that's exactly what I was thinking during the game. I was like,
okay, I'm going to say something. And if Jalen Ramsey gets injured, and you guys can quote me on this.
No, I was saying it for the Patriots game. Like, okay. Why did we have...
If he does, I'm just saying that if he gets injured and we don't call motherfucking Xavier Howard and sign him back to our team, if we lose Jalen
Howard's
Ramsey,
never coming back. There's bad blood.
If we lose Jalen Ramsey, there's nobody else you can call but Xavier fucking Howard. And I will die on that hill.
Do you know who he won't come back? There's bad blood. Do you know who I really? Do you know who I really like though? That I think that we should try to get. That Christian Gonzalez guy is crazy good. Christian Gonzalez is his name, right? The Packers cornerback.
Yeah, the Packers
He's sick. The guy. Or Patriots. God, I'm all messed up. It's been a long day.
He was okay.
He's fantastic. He's really good.
I will knock on Xavier Howard's door and be like,
He won't come back though, doll. Like,
hey, if
we
he
could
can
beg
if
him.
he can blackmail somebody, I can
But
blackmail
first
him.
off, we're not begging him, number
I
one.
will.
And number two, he's not
If I
coming
lost Jalen
back.
Ramsey, I would beg.
No, I put like a little protective shield over our whole team. Every time we start, I like literally put this protective shield over everyone. Not even joking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Britt, tell us how you feel about Poyer.
He's an op, and I want him
Still.
out of here right now.
That was such a bad pickup. And also, I gotta say, like, our entire safety unit, Javon Holland, I'm looking at you too, not performing up to par. Same with our middle linebackers, but we had that problem last year as well. But Holland and Poyer, I had higher expectations. Poyer I don't like, he makes one play a game, maybe, and then he's hurting us.
I'm not gonna put Holland in that category yet. I think he's playing good. I don't think that he's playing good enough to reset the safety market. But like, I'm a Javon Holland fan, so I love him. Poyer though, I had such high hopes for, and I was like, yes, yay, and it was honestly, I think I told you guys this in our ladies chat, and I went directly to Planty, and it was Rachel's tweet, and I was like, did she just blame Jalen Phillips for Jalen Phillips' injury? Because she put out that tweet that said, like, feel bad for him, but he need to trust his teammate. And I'm like, that just didn't sit well with me. And ever since then, it's just been like, you're a motherfucking op. Sorry, but
Guilty as charged.
every time I will have a scheduled tweet every single game. Trust.
Yeah, Elijah Campbell, I will say, is performing better. Cam Smith,
he's been a disappointment.
I would like to be that gift that says, like, I was rooting for you. I was rooting for you.
I think we all were. We all were.
I had such high hopes for him, and he's been horrible. And the moment he gets on the field, he's everybody's target. It's like, I feel like he maybe did too many training sessions with Eli Apple last year, to his detriment. But we still don't have Fuller back. Storm Duck, I have high hopes for now too.
I don't know if we're going to get Kendall Fuller back. He's had 2 concussions this season.
But then that's the weak side of the field. I like Storm Duck, but I don't think he's shutdown ready. I think that he still needs some refining and polishing. But the Steelers released a better. Listen, I don't know who the Steelers released, because they have Minka, who's
Who did they
killing it.
release?
They have Deshaun Elliott, who's also killing it.
Oh, could you imagine if we brought
Resigning Deshaun Elliott back?
No,
they
talk all that shit.
Let's see who they released. I do know that they love both of those, because every time we watch a goddamn Steelers game and one of those make a play, my brother will turn over and be like, "Thanks for that, thanks for that," and I'm just like, I hope
He's killing it over there. There's no way.
Pittsburgh safety throws shade at Bills Josh Allen. He's a turnover magnet. All right, Deshaun Elliott, of course, it's Deshaun Elliott. He said that. I don't see
Who the Steelers released?
who they released. I just know that I just see a lot of Minka Fitzpatrick and Deshaun Elliott propaganda.
All right, I just asked.
I have a Lamar Jackson parlay out tonight, and
Lamar Jackson's out?
he's stuck in.
Oh, what's the score? Plan to give us our update on the game.
Yeah, update.
0-7.
Still.
We're in the second quarter, 2nd and 7.
How has Derrick Henry been? Not like a non-factor?
Oh, I'm not like watching that hard. I'm paying attention to you, beautiful ladies.
No, I'm just surprised, like, that he hasn't scored, or like,
Well, they were like really just hyping him up before the game. It was kind of annoying. I was just like, all right, shut up.
honestly, the best running
Terrell Edmonds is who they released
back.
a few weeks
Oh,
ago. A few weeks ago, though.
you don't want him. They, from my limited knowledge of the Steeler base, they didn't love Terrell Edmonds, and he was like a non-factor when they had Minka and Deshaun Elliott.
Yeah.
But I guess like if we needed somebody, he would be better than Blair. But look
Better
at
than
that.
I'm sure we're going to hit a safety in the draft. I'm sure of it.
Who? Well, it depends. Do we have Greer drafting this draft, or are we going to have somebody new?
We shall see. I'm
All
just
right.
giving the thumbs up.
I know. I love that little bubble that keeps popping up.
Is
Why
it a
does
Mac?
it keep doing? I think
don't
it's
know.
Because
because
it's a Mac. It's a Mac. So like you can do like hand signals.
I have a Mac too, and I have no idea how she's doing this.
I'm on my phone. I don't know. It's not doing it. Oh, now it doesn't want to do it. So when I'm
Mary's
sitting
will
here,
like go off all the time, and like balloons will come out and stuff like while we're recording, and I'm like, oh my god.
Wait,
What
I
is
need her to teach me how to do that.
You have to ask Mary. She knows like all of the hand signals to do. It registers your thumb.
I'm on the Mac.
I mean, I was just sitting here like
See my Slytherin nails.
touching my face, so I'm not supposed to.
I don't
You're
know.
not supposed to touch your face.
I don't know. Doesn't give you pimples. Touching all over your face.
Yeah.
I can't control that anymore. It's just this is my face. It's just like
I don't know.
So what do you guys do for Thanksgiving? Oh, Britt, what did you end up bringing as your side dish?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I brought rolls. I'm not even joking.
Like Brand's rolls or like Hawaiian rolls?
Just regular rolls.
We gave you such good ideas.
I was going to make these cranberry jello shots, and something came up. All right, we'll just put it that way.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I just
Give you some fucking rolls.
I picked up rolls. And then I brought seltzers. Have you guys tried Surfside seltzers yet? They're so good. They're delicious.
Yeah.
So they're like my new jam right now.
Okay.
So I picked up rolls and surfs. Well, I was told everyone I was gonna bring Surfsides, but I brought High Noons because they didn't have any cold Surfsides. So
High noons are
rolls.
good too.
And no,
That's
and
so funny.
then I forgot to bake them. So then we didn't even have them.
Like the grands, you're like, hey, do you have a sheet? Is your oven on? Make crap these.
Yeah, so we didn't even need them.
All right, so I'm not inviting you to a potluck.
No, I'm normally so good and very well prepared, but I
Life.
like, don't even remember what something happened. Something definitely happened.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you doing for actual? Like, do you host for actual Thanksgiving, or do you?
No, I go to my parents. Everyone goes to my parents' house. I have a very large family, so I have like four older brothers, and everyone's married with kids. It's just a lot. So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Planny? What are you doing?
Well, since we are playing the Packers, I'll be at my mom's house probably all day long. That'll be fun.
And aren't they? You said they're Packers fans.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
A house divided. The last time we played the Packers, I think it was on was it Thanksgiving last year or Christmas? I think
was
it
like
was
2
Christmas
years ago.
Eve.
It was like 2
It
years
was
ago.
Christmas Eve. It was so tense. You could cut the tension with a knife in my mom's
That's
house.
not fun though.
Are you
mom was
both like screaming out, or are you guys just sitting there?
It
Silent?
was all of us. We were all just sitting there silent, just like, don't talk smack, don't talk smack. And just we kept going back and forth, back and forth. The game was so close. And we ended up losing, and my mom just like stayed in the kitchen and she was like, I want to say that I'm really excited, but I'm so happy. I was I hate you.
Well,
If it makes you feel any better,
Mm.
that game when we lost, I got so drunk. That's when I drank during the games. I've been sober this year for the games for the most part. I threw the Christmas ham across.
You threw the Christmas ham. The Christmas ham you threw.
We had already eaten. Like it was like, what was that? And they lost, and I was like in the living room, and I just like stormed out. And in my drunk mind, I was gonna go like aggressively angry clean. Instead, I just picked
You
the
just
ham.
threw
I
it
was
the
like,
ham,
God
the
damn
Christmas
it!
ham.
My dog loved it. First of all, she was highly supportive.
Rum ham.
But
Oh.
this year though, we're not celebrating Thanksgiving till Friday, so the
You
hams
won't have a game to. Yeah.
like we're gonna like watch. Like my brother will end up coming over, but we're not gonna do like the full Thanksgiving feast until
You know
Friday.
what I just realized? I was like, my whole family is Dolphins fans, so it's gonna be great. But then I was like, no, my stepdad is a Packers fan. He is.
Ooh, okay.
And but like he's not like a hardcore, like listen, basketball is his jam and he's big Syracuse guy. So I think that there's enough Dolphins for us to be like, shh, lock it up. Don't you say a word.
Just time to a chair. Be like, you can sit here.
But Planty, I will let you know how this goes because like we may be in this together if he is going
Definitely.
hardcore.
Great. Now
Definitely.
I have to get 2 times the bail money. Okay. All right. I got this, guys. For
My
assault.
stepdad is a Cowboys fan. So that's
Don't they play every
also
like
not fun.
Thanksgiving or something?
Like every year for Thanksgiving.
I
Which
don't
is wild that are there 2 games going? Or is it
Thanksgiving?
just
Yeah. No, there's 2 of us.
okay, I was gonna say
My people are Steeler people, and so they play like a normal game on Sunday. So, but they'll sit
dude.
there and just talk shit on the Dolphins the whole game.
Tell them to shut.
Oh my God. They'll
up.
just be like, oh, George Pickens would have caught that. Oh, Minka would have got that tackle. All the whole game.
Tell them to shut
The
up.
whole game.
Just shut it. Lock it up. Lock
Oh
it up.
my
All right.
God.
Whole game. Oh, man, you know?
Yeah.
There's 3 games on Thanksgiving.
3. Dang.
How does
Oh
the
my
time? I think
gosh.
they have like an early game. I think there's like early games. I don't like how the NFL is like. I don't like how they have it set up. With
I feel
holidays.
like it's been kind of weird.
I don't think your team should play on holidays. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that you should have off. They can be their families, and then you're not ruining my day. All right, so it looks like the
One at
holidays.
12, 4, and 8. Jeez. All day. We've got football going all day. Bears
I don't want.
Lions at
Why does ours have to
11:30.
be the 8 p.m. game?
Okay, it's coming through. Bears Lions at 11:30/12:30. What does that mean? 11:30/12:30.
Central time.
Yeah.
So 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central.
So
Maybe because that doesn't.
No,
we're
yeah.
the 4
Yeah.
o'clock game.
So 10
We're
a.m. my
the
time.
8:20 game.
We're the 8 game. We're the 8
We're
p.m.
the 8:20 p.m. game.
No.
The worst time slot to be in.
Oh my god.
We now have a night game prime time in the cold. If that's not every single thing that a Dolphins fan hates, I don't know what it is. I was hoping that we were the 4 p.m. game.
I thought this was gonna be.
It's a freezing cold 8
I'm
p.m.
going to change my score. Like I feel like I need to change my score. I'm
Okay,
not
what
even
are we
joking. I'm going 26-24.
Okay. Listen,
Yeah, I think I said 27-24
Did you?
earlier. I said I couldn't, and then I ended up
Yeah.
saying it.
All right.
Because we have the trifecta going. That's why they say it's gonna be cold. It's supposed to be like 30, a high of like 30 or something, but because we're playing at night, the sun will be gone. And I don't think the Packers have a dome, which I think is stupid. I think every cold weather team should have a dome.
I know, but they really love it. Like that. How cool was
Oh, this
The-
spins 17-15.
Don't be surprised. Really?
17-15.
Ooh,
With that
low
cold, I can
scoring.
see it. It's hard to be like a high. It's hard to high score game. You know,
High of 22 feels like 13.
look at that Steelers game, the Steelers Brown game. where
That's
it
what I'm
started off
saying. But like,
beautiful,
how
and then
cool?
it was like a blizzard.
But how cool was that? Like, that was so cool.
Maybe to watch, but probably not to play in, and
Not to
definitely
play
was not
in,
cool for
but
Steeler fans.
yeah. But like, they were like making snow angels, and I was like, I love it.
Because I live in the snow, I despise it. I hate it with everything inside of me, and I will
Yeah.
become a hermit when it's already getting cold here. Like today was like 49, and I refuse to leave my house.
Yeah.
There's still kids here up north. It's 49 degrees. They're wearing shorts and a hoodie, and I'm like,
Mhm.
my parka's on. Like
Mhm.
people in the north are just psycho. But the good news is that our boy Chop is from Penn State, and
Yeah. And like, we
they-
have a snowman on our team. Come on now. We've got a penguin. We've got a snowman. Like,
yeah,
we're okay.
it's true.
And Javon's like, he's Canadian. He's still got it in him. He goes up there during the off season. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I
We're
mean-
fine. We're fine. We're fine.
But I like that Chop's only a year removed from college. So I
Mhm.
mean, this time of year, like up here at Penn State, it's getting chilly too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Evan,
When
just
I
'cause you
was-
live in Canada doesn't mean that you know what snow is more than I do. Okay, it's white shit that comes out of the sky. Okay.
When I was up in Pennsylvania, you knew I lived up in Pennsylvania. We were like I was in Lancaster.
Yeah,
I was,
we have reverse. Like you lived up here, and
yeah,
you currently
it's
live
so
in my
true.
hometown.
Yeah. I was like very, very pregnant during the winter and I couldn't cool down. So like it was snowing and I would just go out in the backyard with like literally just like my underwear on and like if the heat was on in the house, I freaked out, turned the heat off. I like had everything open. It was amazing. But then I wasn't pregnant and then I hated the winter. Moved
I just
right back home.
Period. I've never seen snow. So look, Miss Finns, come up for a game.
Snow is fun for like the first 5 days
5.
and then you're over it.
It's good for the first 5 minutes that you're outside. I
5
don't love it.
minutes.
That's why I'm debating going. Like I'm supposed to go to MetLife Takeover. Y'all, if it's
That's going to be so cold.
if it's too cold, I'm not going. So don't
Yeah,
bet
that's
that
gonna be
Doll's
so
gonna be
cold.
there, because if it's freezing, Doll is not going to appear. Because I could be more comfortable on my couch watching the game than dealing with drunk Jets fans in their shithole stadium that the last time I went to, my dad got food poisoning at.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their shitty ass turf, like
Yeah, like freezing my butt off, absolutely not. No,
Mhm.
I will happily sit on my couch. But Miss Finns, if you want to come up for a snow game, I will take over the team and I will be there with you. Just I wouldn't recommend it be an Eagles game because their fans are the worst in the world. The worst fan base.
if you're not an Eagles fan, it's not a good time.
No, they're the most unwelcoming fan base ever.
Mhm.
They're horrific. And you don't know how many times. So I downloaded a dating app recently, you guys. And my dating pool is Eagle fans or Jets fans. And you don't know how many times like we don't get past the dating app because like an Eagle fan undoubtedly sees all my Dolphins things. And then
Yeah.
we end up we literally this man is trying to take me on a date and we end up in a fight because he's like, "Go Birds." And I'm like, no.
See, luckily when I was up there, we were tanking for Tua, so like I could wear like my Dolphin stuff out and about and they would be like, "Oh."
Even out, like they won't say anything to me like walking the street. It's on game day. It's outside the stadium, and it's if you are a Cowboys fan, like you like just any day that you can't be a Cowboys fan. But it's mainly like they don't welcome you into their stadium. They don't want you there. They don't care about their own economy.
They're cray cray.
But they also just like argue with you all day long, and so it's just so hard. And like they always go Birds. Go Birds. Like that's their like greeting to each other. Is go Birds. And
it's like Bills Mafia, go Bills.
Yeah, with like this Delco accent, it's like horrific. Like you have I go farther north, I have Bills fans jumping through tables. I go in my backyard, I have Eagle fans, go Birds. And then I go, I go to the west and I have fucking Jets fans. Like this is like the shittiest place to live. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like you're surrounded. I can maybe go farther like east and go farther west and get like Steeler fans.
Yeah. You'd have to go real far west.
I'd have to go real far west to get Eagle fans, to get Steeler fans. It's just they do the fly Eagles fly, but their big thing is like they'll just like if if one has an Eagles shirt on and they're like just like in public, somebody else will yell, "Go Birds!" like across the parking lot. Like
A mating call.
like it's
Yeah, it's a
mating call.
mating call. That's so
It's
good.
like it's like the "Go Birds!" Like it's so it's the one time I think just for shits and giggles, I was like, "Oh, is that must what did I call it?" I would not call it an eagle. I would call it like some other bird. I was like, "Is that a buzzard or like something?" And they get so offended. Like this is an eagle. Oh,
Is
that's
that
a pretty.
Is that a condor?
Is that a raven? Oh,
Oh,
no,
you're a Ravens fan.
I kept calling it a
Okay.
falcon. I kept calling it a falcon, and they're like, "This is an eagle." I'm like, "No, like a falcon, right? Go Falcons!"
It's a
Um,
hawk.
Hawk Tua. When that girl walked out, and sorry, I'm getting off.
Tua.
When she walked out in a Tua Tagovailoa, like about
Oh,
died.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, guys.
My
Well, it
sick-
has been a
Oh.
bit. Oh, what do you want to say?
Oh, nothing.
I was about to sneeze and I like held it in. Now my eyes are like watering.
Somebody said we should call it pigeons.
Pigeons.
Go
Pigeons are very smart.
I'm gonna
birds,
have to
so-
like film for you guys. Like, it's
The dodo birds.
listen, Miss
Yeah.
Ben. It's my game day ritual.
Oh, she asked who the worst fan base was.
The worst fan base?
The Eagles.
Yeah, I saw a comment on there.
Oh.
I know she told me to
Ah.
spit on that thing.
Yeah, I also think like the Jets are up there too, because I've never met a nice person that's a Jets fan, like ever.
They're just like a bunch of drunk idiots. Like it's kind of like they're
I think they all share one single
Brain
brain
cell.
cell.
yeah, but they're just like dumb idiots. Like they're harmless. Like when you go to the stadium, they're not like too bad. They're just like
Yeah. No,
They're
but like
more likely-
Eagles fans, I'm legitimately scared of. Like
no,
I
like
lived,
they will.
I lived outside of Philly, and like that's a
No,
scary
they
place.
they will corner a girl in a parking lot. They will throw objects.
They don't
at
give
you.
a shit. Yeah.
Like the girls will like team up on you, and it'll be like you not saying a word, just walking into the stadium, and they will be like, "What are you doing here? Like, don't do
Yeah.
it."
Yeah,
There's a
no,
reason.
That's crazy. I'm not the one.
I'm definitely wearing like no team. Like I would, yeah. No, I'm just
Yeah.
not even going to that stadium.
I didn't
to be
go.
honest.
I
And
didn't go.
I've been past that stadium. I'm never going in it for a game day.
So if you're just like walking the streets, you're fine. It's on game day.
It's on game day.
It's on game day. You you can't go to that
Yeah.
stadium. It's on game day. And I tend to think that the guys are a little bit more safer than the girls because there's a lot. The Eagles will tailgate starting at like 6 a.m. and they'll get obliterated before the game even starts. And then that's usually so they play at Lincoln Financial now, but it used to be called the Vet. And they actually had a jail with an active judge in the basement of the Vet because there was so much crime and so many things would happen. There was literally an on-duty judge who would be in the basement, and there was a holding cell in the bottom of their stadium because their fans were so bad. And so
That's horrible.
it's now Lincoln Financial, but like the fan base hasn't changed. They've just gotten there's just no
Yeah.
jail cell there now. No, they're so obnoxious.
You know, the Raiders fan base, I feel like, has gotten better, which is interesting.
I think if they moved out of Oakland.
Probably. I didn't even think about that. I keep forgetting that they're in Vegas.
That's
That
probably why.
stadium is nice, though.
Is it?
It's very nice. I want to do a tour.
What
Like,
Like,
stadium?
just go through the whole thing. The
Oakland?
Vegas stadium.
Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, not Oakland. Ugh,
I meant
no.
The Raiders. The Raiders.
the
stadium.
the Steelers
Yeah.
have a pretty nice like stadium. Back when it was Heinz Field, like I've taken my kids because they're 2 of the 3 are Steeler fans. We've gone and done like the backstage like tour, and they got to like go in the locker room and like walk on the field, and it's like a nice experience.
Mhm.
The
So, like-
Dolphins won't let me in their locker room. They already heard about me.
Have we tried? What if we all went down and did like a backstage thing? Like how cool would that be?
Where?
At
At
Hard
the
Rock.
Dolphins.
a
Do they do?
backstage.
Do they not do backstage tours?
No, you can do like
That's
the
crazy.
tunnel, like you can do like the tunnel, like my parents did it last season. So like right where like in the inside of the tunnel, like when they run out and they're all like gathered right there.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, you
the
like the players are
Steelers-
literally right next to you, and they're
No,
like
no. I mean,
hanging
like
out
the
right.
Steelers will do like you go there and you meet in a group, and they literally take you all backstage, the visiting
no.
locker room, the home
You
locker
don't get to do
room,
that. No.
like all the backstage stuff. Then they walk you out the tunnel, and like you can
Nope,
like
you get the tunnel.
be
You
on
get
the
the
field.
tunnel. That's all you get is the tunnel.
Oh no! See, the backstage one was so cool. I mean, I got my steps in that day, like phenomenal.
Mhm.
And then across the street, literally like across the street from the Steeler Stadium, Jerome Bettis opened a restaurant, and he has
Mm.
like his own little restaurant there, and it's all
That's really cool.
He's there all the time, and it's all
That's so
Steelers
cool.
memorabilia. So
That's
like
so
me and the
cool.
kids did it. It's like a cool thing. So it's a shame that like Hard Rock doesn't do something like that because it's like a really fun.
Why would they? Why would they?
Girl.
to connect?
A fan experience? No way. Don't know her.
Well, I mean, they cherish their season ticket holders so well.
Didn't the season ticket holders still not get their merch? Like the stuff that, like, you guys,
the stuff
they
that,
had
like,
to
you had to
ask
beg
for
Yeah.
the stuff that they had to beg for, and then they still haven't even gotten it.
I don't think I've
I
seen
don't know.
anybody that actually got it yet.
Yeah.
Britt,
I've
did
seen
you
like
do it?
people have pictures.
Oh, you're not a
No.
season ticket holder. Well, I don't know why
No.
I thought you were.
They put me on I've been on a waiting list.
Really?
You've been on a waiting list?
Yeah.
Because so many people canceled theirs.
I know. I'm sure they're going to call me and be like,
And
"Oh,
this
you guys that open." I'm like, "I'm sure you did."
You
and the
did.
stadium is empty.
Yeah. No, I got put on a waiting list for this season.
That's crazy. I'm surprised there's still a waiting list because I feel like, especially this season.
I mean, obviously there's still a waiting list right now because the season, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked that they haven't called me about next season. Maybe they're still trying to wait to see
What happens if they make playoffs or not? I think that's going to be the determining factor.
Because that might determine prices.
Correct. Because if you can say you went to playoffs 3 years in a row,
Yeah.
if
But
you made-
also, like, I got super spoiled, and I've been in the Cornerstone Club, and that's just like it's the only place I want to be now. I'm obsessed with it. So I got super spoiled.
what are those
So,
tickets going? Are
That's
they
good
like?
though.
I don't know. He told me, and I don't remember what he told me. But they're not cheap, but it's so cool because it's in like every corner of the stadium. And you get these little armbands, and you have like your own little private like bartender and area and stuff. And so it's just not packed. It's you can walk up straight to the bar. You don't have to wait for a drink. The bartender already knows your drink from your very first one. And it's just, I love it. There's TVs everywhere that has all the games on.
I want to be in the
Nice.
recliners.
In 72 Club?
I want to be in the recliners.
I stand up too much.
Yeah. And the seats are nice. They're padded and you have your own little table. I love it. I got spoiled.
Well, let me know. I would love to like be a ticket holder, but it just wouldn't be feasible for me until I move back down there.
Come on down. We can
And
drive together.
I give me 10 years. Give me 10 years. My last one is actually I could maybe convince the last one to like move schools.
Yeah. Well, see, also you have to buy 2 tickets minimum. So if like somebody wants to go habsy with me, like let's do it.
Oh my God. 72 Club is a 3 or 5 year commitment. And never mind.
I'm actually I thought it was more. I'm shocked. I thought it was more. I thought it was like around 94 a
It's
season.
a car. You can buy a car for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My pockets don't run
But it's
that deep.
also like all
Thank you.
inclusive too. Like you get your own, you get to like you have your own parking, like VIP parking, entrance, all that. It's all inclusive. Like somebody will come and get your drink order. You have free food, free drinks, it's all inclusive. So it's a total.
That still is not worth 20K to me.
That's
I mean,
me either.
I wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't pay it. But
like I recently was talking to somebody and they were like bragging how they're like not cheap and they like like don't care about prices. And I look this person in the eye and I'm like, I am cheap. And I am happily cheap. I like to spend my money on experiences.
Yeah.
Great
Same.
for you, but like you not caring about things like throwing money away senselessly is not a flex. I happily am at a thrift store and whatever that says about me. I'm a cheap
Yeah.
bitch. And
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I love a
I
bargain.
would prefer to spend my money on experiences, but I think season tickets are an experience going to the game, and
I would be a season ticket
I
holder, but
classify
maybe
those under
not.
experiences.
Yeah, but maybe not like a 20K season ticket holder. And I would like to be with the
Yeah,
people.
no.
I think being away from the people, like I want to be in the
See,
mayhem.
that's why you would really enjoy the Cornerstone Club. I'm telling you.
No, I want to be like in the muck of it. Like I want to be like the
Oh.
dog like
Oh, then
side
go up into like the
See-
300s. That's where you
Yeah.
need to go in the 300s.
like
They
crazy.
party up there.
I want to be with the crazy people.
Yeah.
And
I was cool just tailgating, and where we sat at SoFi was like 10 rows back,
Oh,
and it was I did everything through oh my God, it's Ashley 305 Sports Babes company. It's like 305 travel. Oh, 305 Sports Travel. That's what it is. So I did everything through her, and we were only 10 rows back. We were right by the field goal, right by where they come out of the tunnel. It was so cool. I saw Jalen
Yeah.
Phillips praying, and I was just like, I can't even
Aw.
be like, Jalen!
I would have. I would have.
I did it as soon as he was done. I was waving my hat around like, it's me.
I'm so like I'm so opposite of that. Like I feel like I get on here and I do all this. I'm on Twitter, but if I ever saw these people in real life, I would just be like, "Hi," and then just go completely silent. Because
Really?
yeah,
I was only like
I'm
that
like
with
that. I go silent, completely silent.
Okay. The nerves.
With-
I go the opposite. When I'm nervous, I will not stop my mouth. Like I will just it's coming out. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm going to just be saying it all. And I'm probably going to tell you my life story about when I was 3. And I will just be like, you're the best. I love you. I actually looked into trying to get
so
tickets.
much.
I looked to try to come to get tickets for the 49ers.
49ers
game.
come.
I was looking into it.
Yeah.
Airfare's just not, it's so close to Christmas.
Oh,
That's the hardest part. Like the airfare and then the kids.
Ooh.
It's so close. But like,
I might have a website for you.
send it to me because
Okay.
Nick Bosa is going to be in that stadium, and y'all are going to be trying to get on the Dolphin sideline. I am going to be on that visitor sideline. He just needs to be, and like our love can bloom. Not even love. I just would love to be, like I'm going to go for the Dolphins. I'll be in Dolphin gear, but like me and Nick Bosa are going to have a moment.
maybe you can get a custom jersey. Dolphins
I would do a
with-
Dolphin. I'm not gonna do anything. I don't actually want to wear his jersey or anything. I just
No, but like, why don't you do a custom Dolphins jersey with his number? But like, you can do like your name or whatever. So it's kind of like a.
I just want to touch his thighs.
I'm not sure he's going to let you touch his thighs.
I don't know, I just want to
He
like.
might.
I want to squeeze while
He
he
might.
flexes.
That is true. He might.
I'm pretty
Stranger
sure that
things
I
have
walk up to it.
happened.
I'm pretty sure that I show cleavage and walk up to an NFL player. I'm like, can I touch your thighs? I'm the ones that are not married. I feel like that's what they do.
Would you really ask him though?
100%. 100%. If you got me in front of Nick Bosa, I would look at him. I would stare at his quads and be like, can I squeeze?
Just one little touch.
No, not that. I want to squeeze while he flexes. Okay, I want you to flex while I have my hand around him.
See, at the end of the day, they breathe the same air we breathe. They are humans just like us. And I don't know.
He is my ideal man. Like if you drew up my physical, obviously not personality, but if you drew up my physical specimen, you were drawing up Nick Bosa.
That's yours.
Physique.
And we already know what Planties is already.
Yeah, we already know. She likes a little bit of a tushy.
It's Jalen Phillips, okay?
He does have the best booty on the team.
He does have a
I know.
yeah.
100.
Part of me wants to ask.
I'd recognize that ass anywhere.
What is your glute day routine? Like, can you track the routine?
Period.
Serious squats.
Oh, probably ridiculous. Like I would probably be
Yeah.
like, let me do your routine, and then he would write it down. I'd be like, I'm gonna pass out.
Mhm. I do know a trainer. Can ask who trains
Ask him
athletes.
I'm good.
Yeah. So Nicholas, if you're watching, which he's not, I just want to squeeze and flex.
Jalen Phillips, if you're watching, I just
Send her
want
your
a
glute.
squeeze and flex.
Yeah.
See, yeah,
Send her
squeeze
your
and flex.
gluten.
It's the new, what was it from Legally Blonde? The bend and snap. It's now the
Ben and
squeeze
snap,
flex.
yeah.
Now the
It's
squeeze
the,
and
it's
flex.
the new squeeze and flex.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He posted another picture with that girl today,
Oh,
and it was worse than the first one.
really?
I'm just,
Did you know that Britt, he has a new girlfriend, and Planty's very upset about it. They've gone like Instagram official.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'm honestly at this point, I'm just personally offended. Because was I not good enough?
Well, let's go with the distance.
Was I not enough?
The distance. It was the
Yeah,
distance.
that's all. It was just
Oh.
because you're
Yeah.
not in
It was the
Florida.
distance.
It's crazy. It's almost like he has family here in California, so I could just be staying with them. I'll behave.
You could have gone to his meet and greet. I'm just gonna put this on you for a second. You could have gone to his meet and greet.
I could have, but I couldn't have. We'll talk about that later.
If they're having like a kids camp, you can borrow mine.
A kids camp? What do you mean?
They have all these like youth kids camps. Like if you want to borrow mine and be get in. Borrow
I
one
was
of my
like,
kids.
what are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh
He's
yeah,
actually
no, I could.
he'll go up to whoever you ask him to go up to.
That's crazy because so will I.
Would your daughter, Britt?
Mm,
If it
Like
was
is she
Javon
shy,
Holland.
or like if we'd be like, yo, go give that man this note.
She-
Would you just go up and do it?
First off, she has no concept of like fear or anxiety or anything. She just, you tell
Must
her
be
to do
nice.
something and she's like, okay. And she also like doesn't understand like there's things you're not allowed to do and rules and stuff. So if like I took her like during the off season, somebody gave us like field passes for one of the games, and I was like, I can't bring her out in the field because she'll take off. Like she will. There's
It's a great way
there's
to
no
get
stopping her. Like she would just go out there and try to catch balls and get mad and not understand why she couldn't do
Okay.
it. So yeah, she's 100% going out there.
Yeah. No, mine would go out
She'd
there.
embarrass me. That's what happened. She'd embarrass me.
No, 100%. So my son would go out there. So my youngest one would go out there and talk shit. To like he would go out and be like, he would walk up to like Tyreek and be like, yo, I got better hands than you. And like challenge them. 100%. 100%. My middle one, same way. Like my middle one will go out there and be like, yo, I can guard you all day. Like they
Yeah.
would embarrass the hell out of me because they would just go up and challenge these guys.
Oh, see, my daughter would be like, why did you pick number 8?
Oh, no. Mine
You
would
know,
walk
like
up.
what is, and she'll be like, what is 8 plus 8? And is 8 a prime number? Like she gets really into numbers. So
Oh,
that's
no,
what
mine
she would do.
We're gonna see your math skills right now.
Mine would physically insult them. Like literally, I could see my middle son going up to Tyreek and being like, "Yo, you have no hands. I have better hands than you," and like challenge him to like a catching contest.
Okay,
or
but that's like how you flirt. So
or like run out on the field and try to like intercept the ball like while they're playing catch, like hyper competitive. And then they embarrass me because I'd be like, "Oh my god, you're literally talking to Tyreek Hill right now."
He may like it. Like it may give him like that. Oh yeah, I feel like
sometimes they're nice.
he thrives off of that almost. You know?
Yeah. All right. Well, we've been here for an hour and a half.
Oh, jeez, Louise. We don't know how to shut
time
up.
flies when you're having fun.
I know. I love it. I love talking to you ladies. Everyone's just getting kind of like a taste of what our little chats are like behind the scenes all the time. But thank you everybody for joining me, and thank you
Thanks
ladies
for having us.
Britt, tell them, both of you,
Mhm.
tell them where we can find you.
Yeah. So you guys can find me on Twitter at Britt Baby. I think that's my handle. I don't really know it. And then also we have Sideline Tea, our podcast. It's me and Mary Crippen. You can find us on YouTube. Just search in Sideline Tea Podcast. And yeah.
Cool.
Planty. Where can we find
You
you?
can find me on Twitter at Plantysnatcher. And if you want to find me anywhere else, you just have to follow me on Twitter first.
And with that, thanks everybody for watching. I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving.
Yes, have a
And
good Thanksgiving, everyone.
we'll see you next week.